Get in here. We're gonna get cozy and we're gonna talk about stuff. I want to talk to you about my queer hair journey. My queer hair journey, and maybe what it means to a couple of my friends.
Doing this a bunch.
I do have queer hair. I hope to do 3 things with this video. The first is to demystify the process of actually making a big change for yourself. The second thing, I'm hoping that I'm going to provide kind of a step-by-step in order to chop it, twist it, pull it. If you know, you know. And it was a great time. And the third thing that I'm hoping to do, I am hoping to aggressively encourage you. That's the goal of this video. If you're up for that and you want to get into this, then please stick around. I want you to leave this video feeling confident. I want to start this entire thing by defining what queer hair is. It's a noun. Hair that has been made intentionally queer by the community, has been adopted by the community, or second definition, hair belonging to a queer person. Let's talk about our queer elders out there, you absolute hotties, who, I don't know, back in the 40s or the 50s, even before that, they were doing the very classic, like, short butch haircut that was cropped, slicked back, looking handsome as hell, in order to say, hi, I am a queer person. You can talk to me at an underground bar. It was a beacon. It was a signal that gave us like a roadmap. The other way that I really have heard queer hair being defined, this comes from a trans barber named Mimi from Bishop's, Pasadena. And Mimi said, queer hair is an opportunity. It is an opportunity. It is a moment to say like, oh, I can do something different. I can show up to myself in a completely different way. I can honor the identity I've always felt. And that is what this is about, my friend. I need to take you to the very beginning of the desire to have a queer haircut. It comes from Titanic. You might think of that movie and think of this person named Jack who's on a boat. When I think of Jack, I think of a early 20th century lesbian who just discovered earth tones. Jack. And that changed my life. I saw Jack and I saw the future, especially because he got to be with Rose, and my heart will go on. My heart will go to bed. I didn't think I was ready. And my question to myself and my question to you is, what would being ready look like? I had a lot of thoughts pop up when I kind of was really taking this seriously, like I was going to get this haircut. One of the first thoughts that popped up was, oh my God, what if I look like a lesbian? So first of all, what does looking like a lesbian mean? That's something that I had to ask myself. And I was like, oh, this is like a very
internalized homophobic moment
where I've been conditioned to think that there is a way, a stereotypical way to look like a lesbian, and that is bad. And actually, I'd be honored to look like a lesbian. Whoever this generic lesbian is, by the way, I would love to meet them because I feel like they probably are really nice. I feel like they're probably pretty kind. So I had to just that little thought to the curb. Isn't that also the goal? Like, it's complicated because I also was like, I do want to look more queer, more visibly queer, which again is complicated because for the femme community out there who struggles with how to show up, like literally to the community, they're like, hi, I'm here, I'm also gay. Visibility is hard. All of this is so complicated, but that's why I wanted to make a video. Another very valid thought though that did come up in my head was like, am I safe enough to do this? If it is not the time for you right now, one day it will be, and then you can do this, okay? Be safe. That is top priority. And I am so sorry if that opportunity is not available to you right now, but it will be. Other thoughts though that were like, okay. I was like,
I hear it's really awkward to grow out your hair.
Kick that one to the curb. That is just that one is an excuse. That one is an excuse. You might have your own holdups. Is this for me? I don't know. Nah, you're ready. You're ready. Okay, so the before. You are going to research. I want you to get tons of reference photos from the internet, go to Pinterest. I mean, I took a picture of a woman on a commercial. I took a picture of a man in a Hallmark Christmas film. Lots of references that I just like gathered from everywhere. And eventually I put them into a folder on my phone and I narrowed it down to my top 5. Sometimes I would like just look at the photos just to get it in my head, right? This is all like prep mentally before you go in to actually get this haircut. Live with those hair choices for a while before you're actually like living with those hair choices. So this next one is optional and it's only if you feel ready to do it. But if you want, after you narrow down your references, you can actually share those references with like your trusted circle of friends. This is only though if you are ready for feedback, because hopefully your friends are like my friends and they're honest with you and they're gonna tell you what's up. And all of my friends were extremely supportive when I did this. If you open yourself up like that and you're not ready for feedback, don't do it. Keep it safe.
Keep it secret. Keep it secret.
Okay, you don't have to do this. Luckily, I have a connection to a queer hairstylist who I was able to send my photos to. She helped me narrow down as well as to like which ones she thinks would look best on me. So this next step is not really a step. It's more of a confession. I decided to Photoshop all of these references onto my face. And it was what they warned us about AI, y'all. I got a little nuts, but I will show it to you. I will show it to you. Do you see it?
Woof.
You see it? I don't recommend it, but I did. It was a learning experience, mostly in that I should never have done it. If you're feeling chaotic, this one is probably the most important thing to do. You are going to research either a barbershop or a hair salon that is LGBTQ friendly, because that will show up on their Google profile. I found a couple near me. They weren't actually near me. They were pretty far. I decided, I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna find a different salon. It might not be like outwardly queer friendly, but I'm going to like research their Instagram, their website. And I found one salon that was like 5-star reviewed. I found a lot of comments about short curly hair going well. And I was like, okay. I was still hesitant, but I was like, this is looking okay for me. Like I feel safe enough. I feel good enough. But you need to look for exactly what you need. Mine is short, curly, thick hair. Whatever your needs are, they're very specific to you. So here's the next like part 2 of that step is I suggest calling the place that you have narrowed in on.
Will cold call for you.
It is a way to test them. If you just book an appointment immediately, you're not going to suss out how they actually respond to you. I called them and I was like, hi, I am a person with very thick curly hair and I'm looking to make a big change. My first short haircut.
Oh, absolutely. We can do a pixie cut.
And I was like, ooh. The word pixie for some reason was like not it for me. I associate it with very like femme haircuts, which is not necessarily true, but that's just my association. I told her this. I was like, the word pixie is throwing me. I am looking for like a very like more of an androgynous haircut. And she was like, absolutely, we do androgynous haircuts here. I've got the perfect woman for you. Okay, sold. So they sent it back to me. We confirmed, we got on the same page. That was my test and they passed. Check. I booked the appointment. If you need someone to be there for you while you do this on the phone, hi, I'm right here. Go ahead. You can do it. You can do it. Do it right now. You got this. All right, did you do it? Okay, after you have researched it, you have your references, you've booked an appointment, now you need to research the products you're gonna need for after and order them. Get them here ahead of time. You do not wanna get your hair cut and then come back home and be like, oh my God, wait, I don't know what I'm gonna use. I would definitely look up YouTube videos. I would look into your hair type and kind of understand the things that you might need ahead of time. And definitely look up hair tutorials on how to style the hair that you're looking for, so that it's also not like a complete curveball when you get home and you're like, wait, what do I do with it? Okay, y'all, Okay, so this next step might seem really ridiculous to some people, but to me, it was so important. I am a person who loves ritual. I love ceremony. I needed a send-off of my old hair. I needed to say goodbye. So I did a goodbye photo shoot. I picked out some outfits and I got my hair looking right. I got my hair looking wild. I was feeling so good and I did a photo shoot. I just wanted to document the self I had been living as and with for the last 30-ish years, pretty much. For me, this, and it's gonna be different for everybody, but for me, I was like, oh, I love her and I want her to stick around, and there's still parts of her that are me. I just want a new shape. I just want a whole new shape to myself and like step more into my queer visibility in this way. But I still felt very queer as her. I just needed to celebrate her. This is a goodbye. I'm officially getting it cut tomorrow for the first time. Like, who knows what it's gonna actually look like. Really excited, but also really sad. I love my hair. This big ass bun. The next step is to get cash. If you get a short haircut, a lot of the time it means you're going to be back more frequently to get touch-ups on your hair. So you want to keep those people happy. Make sure you tip, unless obviously they suck and they are racist or transphobic or homophobic or whatever, and then leave. You're not obligated to stay anywhere that does not feel good. Otherwise, though, tip. So you've made it to the actual day of getting your haircut. Congratulations, way to go. Now you're going to talk to your stylist. You're going to show her those reference photos, or him or them, these reference photos that you've been living with for a while. Don't show them the one when you photoshopped yourself. Don't do that. You will embarrass yourself. But let your hairstylist know like how much effort you're actually willing to put in every day. Be honest. Let them know, hey, I don't really do a ton of my hair and I want to keep it that way. This is a big optional step. The right energy was there. I let my hairstylist know what a big moment this was for me. This is me getting my first queer haircut legacy, and she was like, oh my God, I fucking love that. And we were like, oh my God, this is so great. If you are not feeling that vibe from your hairstylist, but they're nice, but you do not want to share that, that's totally fine. They're gonna be on your journey, whether they know it or not. So, all right, you have sat in the chair, you've talked it out, and now you've gotten your haircut. You turn around, you look in that mirror, and you're like, ah. Just how I pretty much felt. Fuck yes, I cannot believe I waited as long as I did. Maybe you turn around and you're like, I'm not sure, I'm just in shock. That's fine. You're gonna process some feelings and you're gonna feel great about yourself. But there is also the possibility that you hate it. I would never tell you it is just hair. There are people who are discriminated against because of their hair. There are people who have been waiting their entire lives to have the haircut that they're gonna get. So it is never just hair. One amazing thing that I learned about while doing kind of research on why just hair is never just hair, the Crown Act. And I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It stands for Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair. It is a law that prohibits race-based discrimination, which is the denial of employment, education opportunities because of hair texture or protective hairstyles, including braids, locks, twists, and Bantu braids, I believe. So definitely check out the Crown Act, read up more about it. There's a petition that you can sign in order to make sure that those voices are being heard and protected. Hair is never just hair. Anyways, so if at the end of the day you hate it, it will grow back and you get to make another choice. You get to make a whole other choice and it will be okay. Because also, trying new things literally changes pathways in your brain. So congratulations for also like clearing away a new path. But I hear you. it is very tough. I didn't like my hair for a couple of days after the haircut, especially the first time I had to wash it and style it myself because I had no idea what I was doing, even though I looked up tutorials. But I was like, oh, I've made a terrible mistake. I've made a terrible mistake. But it settled in, and then it felt more like myself. And I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. I love my hair now. I absolutely love it. And I will say, I'm 99% sure I will never go back. I feel so much more like myself. I feel like Sarah 2.0. I feel empowered. I also feel really liberated because I was so precious about my hair for so long. And now I'm like, I'll dye it lavender tomorrow. I just feel like I can do more of whatever I want and not be so scared about it. I might go all the way back long one day. Who knows? But I feel open to so much more of it. The only thing I regret is that I waited so long. If there's something that you have been holding yourself back from doing because it seems so scary, whether it is getting your first queer haircut or whatever, I would love to know that you did it or that you've made steps to do it. Comment that. I want to know those things. You can just say, I did it. You can say, I'm on my way. Whatever it is, I'm excited. I want to know. I'm with you. I've got you. My family, my friends, everybody was so supportive. And if nobody is out there cheering for you, I am cheering for you. I am very lucky to have friends who are also incredible members of the queer community. And they're going to share their own words on queer hair, what it means to them or their queer journeys. And I'm so excited for you to hear from them, to give you just even a little more boost of encouragement. Thank you again so much for stopping by. Have just, I don't know, the coziest day ever. Bye.
The moral of the story is you can have your trans and your butch cake too.
I love that. Get your fantasy diva.
Yes.
Until it looked just the right place of messy, and then I couldn't touch it at all the whole day. Eventually I was like, this isn't working. I wasn't gonna go to a barber shop because I didn't feel ready.